Ladies and gentlemen, today we are doing one of the greatest instrumentals of all time, Maggot Brain by Funkadelic. And quite possibly the greatest album art of all time ever. What's your favorite album cover? Let us know in the comments below. New ukulele every Wednesday and Saturday. Subscribe if you like this kind of content. Links in the notes to become a Patreon with printable tabs for this lesson and all our lessons. Plus, you can score some backing tracks with lessons like this one. All right, let's do it. Ukulele brain attention span. Got all three of those things. Follow me on in. Let's break it down. The entire song is just 4 chords. You're going to need an E minor, and we're going to play this bar shape. You could play the open shape, but we're going to play it like this. 4, 4, 3, 2. If you can't play these bar shapes, just play the regular shapes. That's fine. We're going to follow it up with a D major, classic open shape, B minor. Then from the B minor, we're going to go to this C shape. Move your B minor everything up a fret, which is barring the 2nd fret, ring finger on the 4th. Move everything up a fret, so it's 5 and 3, 3, 3, and get your middle finger on the 4th fret. And you have a C there. Okay, so those are the 4 chords we're using. If you can't, have fun with that C, that's fine. You can still follow along. It's 6, 8 finger picking. So the timing goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Other songs that use this would be like Hallelujah by Leonard Cohen, Everybody Hurts, I'm Sorry by R.E.M., House of the Rising Sun by the Animals, Can't Help Falling in Love. They all use that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the finger picking sounds like this. You're going down 3 strings, then up 3 strings. So when you make the E minor, you're going to go thumb on the G string, index on the C, and then middle on the E. And that's 1, 2, 3. The 4th is going to be your ring finger on the A, and you go 4, middle finger, 5, index, 6. So you start over when you get to the G. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. With the 1 and the 4 being the dominant. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You do that 2 times over the E minor. Then go to the D 2 times again. B minor. C major. And that's the whole song. So if we play through it, we get that's the entire song. You just play that over and over and over again. And what you're doing is you're creating a bass for not a bass B-A-S-S, a bass B-A-S-E, as in a foundation for someone else to improvise over. So what scale do you use? This is E minor pentatonic. Shape 4 is right here. Do 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 do. And that's 2 4, 2 4, 3 5, 2 5. It also does contain the open G, open E, and the open A. You just don't have an open string here. Lowest you go there is D. You take that up from there, from shape 4 to shape 5, which is the inverse of shape 1. It's going to be 4 7, 4 7, 5 7, 5 7. Now you flip that around and you get 7 9, 7 9, 7 10, 7 10 for shape 1, which slides into shape 2, which is going to be 9 12, 9 11, 10 12, 10 12. And you can use a lot of the fretboard for this. But now one of the things that makes it a little unique is over the D and the B minor, we have this F sharp note. Now that's not in the scale. If we look at shape 4, we have this G note. This G note against this B is going to create a G major sound. And with that F sharp in there, it's actually going to create a G major 7 sound. So you can do that, but when that chord comes around, it sounds really nice to hit that F sharp note. So what we're doing is we're adding the second interval to our minor pentatonic scale. And some people refer to these as hexatonic scales because we have 6 notes. I think about it as just an extended minor scale. When these chords come around, I add a note. When that D's up there, I add a note. When the B minor's up there, I add a note. And so I just kind of think about it as an extension when they come around. But it's a great example of how you can start to leave the pentatonic. So let's take a look at some licks that were directly from the song. Shape 1 up here, do 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 do. On the 12th fret, or I'm sorry, on the 10th fret, you have a D note that bends perfectly up to this E note. That E is your root. We're bending into the root. Classic sound. That's the start of Little Wing right there. So we're going to bend up to that and hold it. While it's up there, give it some vibrato. We're going to come down, and then we're going to go. I'm playing the 7th fret of both the C and the E. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull off 10 to 7, hammer on again, and pull off again. To come down to 9, play 9, pull to 7, and hammer 9. Now note that what are the notes we're featuring here? This lick resolves over an A note and it's playing over the D chord. The D has an A note in it. I like to, not all of the time, but most of the time, finish my lick on a chord tone. So if the underlying harmony, if the band's playing a D, I want my lick to either finish on a D note, an F sharp note, or an A note. We're finishing on this A note. Okay. Then we're coming down here, do, 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 and we're going to play 2, 3, 4, 5 next. Let's take a look at the timing of that. So after we come on down here, 2, 4, 3, 5. Now these notes I'm playing here, these are 16th notes, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So to help you with the timing on this, these are 16th notes. And they would play over the 5 and the 6. So slowly it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Oh, I'm sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and. Right after that, we're going to follow it up with a full bend on the 5. So after we run through that now, we're going to bend this 5 up a whole step. 5 up a whole step is a B note, and the harmony is going to the B minor. So I'm trying to hit this bend right when the band goes to the B minor to really accentuate that change. I'm going to shoot back up to 10 here, and then I'm going to go 10, 9, 9, 7. Come down here and slide 2 to 4. Now I'm doing something a little different here because the 9 that I'm finishing on is an A note, and I'm doing this over a B minor. So I just said I like to finish on those chord tones. It doesn't always have to be that way. This A over a B minor makes a B minor 7. So while it's not in the chord I'm playing, a lot of times you would hear a B minor 7 here. So playing that A over it kind of implies a B minor 7. And so that's not the safest resolution. It's dissonant, but it still kind of functions as a chord tone. And it's a dissonant that's not overly dissonant, but it keeps things moving. It doesn't feel safe, so the solo doesn't feel finished, but it still sounds good. I'm going to go from there to this 2, slide 4. That's a D note to an E note. There is no E note in B minor, but there is an E note in the next chord coming up, C. So I'm what we're calling anticipating the change. Next chord comes around, I'm going to jump into 3-5-7, 3-5-3. Finishing on the G note this lick, C chord, G note. All right. So those would be the first 4 measures of the solo. Those 4 follow their solo pretty slowly or pretty closely. Here I start to deviate and kind of create my own thing. We are going to repeat the start. I like the motif. I'm going to come down here now, and we're going to go 4, 2, 3, 5, 2. Okay, I'm landing on a B note over the D chord. It's not a chord tone, but it does imply this kind of B6 sound. The B over the D chord is a cool sound. And you'll also notice for the first time, I hit that F sharp. So I added that note to our scale because it's over the D. So I ran through that note over my D chord. Harmony coming around, next phrase. So here it's going to be the B minor, and I'm aiming for that E again, but you'll see I'm also hitting that F sharp there. So I'm going back up to the G, just passing through it, to the 2 and then 4. Oops. So this phrase would look like. That E again over that B minor, it's a cool sound. Now there, if you wanted to, you could go back to the D for something a little stronger, something like. And that would be a much stronger resolution. So kind of, it's up to you how strong you want the resolution to be. The last note of my solo is going to be an E note over an E chord. Everything else, these licks and things like that, how strong I want the resolution is ultimately up to me. So the next riff, I'm gonna start off 5-3 and 5. I'm bending that 5 up to this B note over the C. I'm teasing that B note over a C chord. Give it a C major 7 sound. Do, do, do. Then I'm going to come down 5, 7, 5, 7, 7. So bend up and then, so we bend up 5, 7, 5, 7, 7. E note, chord tone. So I'm landing on my E note over my C. And then I have this last phrase here that's going to go. And I'm going to go 7, 10, 7, 7, pull 7, or 10, pull 7, 10, 10, and then I'm going to bend 10 up there. And then when the change is over from this chord to the E minor, I'm going to be landing on the E over the E minor to finish my solo. So that's the thought process behind the phrasing. Really, if you're improvising, the only thing I'm thinking about is the last note. So kind of, I'll have an idea, like if I'm going from an E minor to a D, I'll have an idea of kind of what notes that I want to land on over that D. Am I going to finish that idea over the F sharp, over the B, and then when it goes to B, what am I aiming for? Am I highlighting that F sharp? Am I going for the A to give it a B minor 7 sound? So I'm really thinking about how I'm going to finish the licks, but then I kind of just let muscle memory and scale practice take over the rest of the lick after that. Why don't we put a backing track on and I'll show you what I mean. And there you have it, folks. That is how you play Maggot Brain. There is another song that uses this chord progression, or I think it's a Red Hot Chili Peppers song, but when you strum through it, like... that B minor to the C sounds so cool. And I don't know what Red Hot Chili Peppers song this is, but if you know what it is, let me know, because I can hear it. 1 flat 7 5 flat 6. It's good to know your intervals to work things out like this, so you can kind of understand these progressions and apply these ideas. If you don't know how to do that, check out this video right here, the DNA of every single chord, or check out this playlist on how to solo. All right, until next time, keep on rocking and rolling. Life is good. Have a lovely day, friends. Take care.